Paris Agreement. The Paris Agreement is a legally binding international treaty on climate change. It was adopted by 196 parties at COP21 in Paris on 12 December 2015 and entered into force on 4 November 2016. It is also the most dangerous and far-reaching threat to democracy ever seen. It is an existential threat to our way of life. It thus needs to be opposed with all our might and intellect. As an embryonic first step, the opposing the Paris Agreement community is being established on the Locals platform. Why the Locals platform? To succeed, the community will need to publish videos that are heavily critical of much of the global establishment. If launched on one of the big tech platforms, then without doubt this would put the community under the arbitrary control of online algorithms and so-called fact-checkers. Censorship and shadow banning would be the certain outcomes. You are invited to join the community. Community members will be able to chat and debate the many issues surrounding the Paris Agreement and share their ideas and knowledge. Community members can suggest topics for future videos, and members will be able to contribute their own videos. And most importantly, we can share ideas on how to protest the Paris Agreement and how best to organize serious opposition. A last point to indicate the danger posed by the Paris Agreement and why it is the most dangerous and far-reaching threat to democracy and our way of life ever seen. This one almost innocuous statement says everything. Implementation of the Paris Agreement requires economic and social transformation. The vehicle used to deliver much of that economic and social transformation will be the 2021 Climate Change Conference, COP26. The mantra being promoted at COP26, and by the way, being taught to school children, is that the Earth's climate is changing from a good and normal climate to a warmer, abnormal and alarming climate, and needs to be restored to its previous state. This is utter nonsense. What is more, even climate change alarmists, such as Dr. James Hansen, state that the climate is always changing and know the COP26 mantra to be nonsense. But it is dangerous nonsense. Because, as just one example, based on that very same mantra, the United Nations chief has called for immediate global action to phase out coal. This man that you or I did not elect is telling our elected governments, first, cancel all global coal projects in the pipeline and end the deadly addiction to coal. And our elected officials duly kowtow and obey. To fight against these undemocratic and subversive forces, our community will dismantle the climate change fallacies upon which the Paris Agreement rests, expose the global organizations and people we did not vote for that are controlling the governments we did vote for, expose the wide-ranging socio-political and economic drives that are already in train, expose the way COP26 is being used to implement those socio-political and economic changes that are far outside the scope of climate change. And as a community, exchange ideas on how best to oppose these disruptive, dangerous and evil movements that are destroying democracy and our way of life. It would be very nice if you could join our community by logging on to locals.com. You can discover our community by searching on Opposing the Paris Agreement, or go directly through opposingtheparisagreement.locals.com.